You're getting some aerobic fitness in. Good. I need it.
Some athletes make history, while others change the game entirely. Caitlin Clark? She's doing both at once. Whether you're a fan or not, there's no denying she's a once-in-a-generation talent, so skilled and exciting that she's pushing the WNBA and the entire sport of basketball to rethink what's possible on the court.
Caitlin Clark is the GOAT!
She signed my jersey! I'm so happy, I'm crying, I'm so happy. This is the best day ever.
Caitlin Clark effect seems to be crazier than year one.
I love watching her score and just everything about her.
They went the extra mile just to watch her play here.
This is great news for women's basketball, period.
She just brings so much passion to the game, and look at all these people that just want to come.
But with greatness comes controversy. Caitlin Clark has become the focal point of intense debates among fans, players, and analysts, sparking discussions on everything from rule changes to media bias.
Full circle it does, because we wanted to make your dream come true. You've made so many dreams come true. State Farm knew it had been some time since you'd seen Maya, and like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Maya Moore.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Good to see you. How are you? I feel like I'm fangirling so hard. Oh my god. Thanks for being here. Hey, this is special. I'm just a little girl fangirling. Thanks for coming. Oh my god. Absolutely. This is so awesome.
There we go.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Is she simply too good for the league? Are defenders being allowed to play her too aggressively? Has the media's fixation on her unfairly taken the spotlight away from other talented players? Or is this just the natural reaction when a true game changer arrives? No matter where you stand, one thing is certain: Caitlin Clark is the biggest story in basketball right now, and she's here to stay.
Who taught you to dribble? Because you started when you were 5 years old.
Honestly, I probably kind of taught myself, but like I always wanted to be like my older brother, and I learned to ride my bike at maybe like 3 years old without training wheels, maybe 4 years old, but that was only because my older brother learned that day, and I was like, Mom, Dad, take mine off right now, I'm learning.
Wow. Yeah.
And I did. So
that encapsulates what I know of you as a human being. It's that the competitive drive that overrides.
Before we dive into the highlight reel plays, intense rivalries, and the controversies shaking up the WNBA, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. You won't want to miss what's coming next.
Martin looking. Here's Clark. She fires. And it goes! She hit it!
It's rare for a single shot to be so unbelievable that it makes the entire basketball world pause and rethink the rules, but that's exactly what happened when Caitlin Clark launched a deep three from way beyond the arc and drained it effortlessly. A shot that shouldn't have been possible, the kind you'd expect in a video game with maxed out sliders. The referees were frozen in disbelief, the crowd went wild, and even opposing players could only shake their heads.
For the secure defensive boards, LSU, an outstanding offensive rebounding team. Clark connects!
Should the league add a 4-point line? Should defenders be allowed more freedom to challenge her shots? The WNBA had never seen anything like this before, and now it faced a serious dilemma. But the craziest part? The defender was right there, yet it didn't even matter.
Here we go. One of the most anticipated matchups in the history of women's college basketball. Caitlin Clark.
Clark's response to all the talk? Instead of backing down, she leaned in. She embraced the tougher defense, daring opponents to stop her. So far, no one has.
Dane, the defender right there.
There's Clark working around Fletcher. Caitlin Clark. Another chance here for Iowa, though. Sedano, the spin and the finish.
Every great player needs a rival, someone who pushes them, challenges them, and takes the game to another level. For Caitlin Clark, that rival is Angel Reese. Their battles started in college, creating one of the most intense rivalries in women's basketball. But this isn't March Madness anymore, this is the WNBA. The competition is tougher, the stakes are higher, and every game counts. Now, the big question: can Reese finally get the upper hand? Can she back up her words now that she and Clark are competing at the highest level?
with some breaking news. The national television schedule, it's been released for the 2025 W season. There are 175 games you can cash on national TV and on streaming. This is the 29th year of the WNBA. We will have a record number 13 games on ABC this season. That will also be the home of the 2025 All-Star Game. And speaking of All-Stars, our first broadcast this season, ooh-wee, big-time doubleheader. Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, they meet in the season opener. And then you have ring night for Brianna Stewart and the Liberty, seeing them host three-time MVP Asia Wilson and the New Look Aces. But with such star power on those teams, it's really no surprise they're atop the list for the most games available for you to check out on a national scale. The Fever, they lead the league with 41.
From the moment they stepped on the court, the energy was electric. The crowd was buzzing, the fans were locked in, and both players knew exactly what was at stake. Reese came out with something to prove, playing with the same fire and intensity that made her a star in college.
Make it long-term commercially viable?
Two things. I think it has to show up in our storytelling, and it has to be encouraged by our families.
Yeah.
To me, right? And so covering the WNBA this past season, Caitlin Clark's rookie year, for all of the conversation that surrounded her, some which was fair and some which wasn't, the one thing that I cannot deny is the amount of little girls that were showing up to follow her. Little girls with their parents and the fervor and the energy there.
Why her?
Same thing.
Why her?
Well, I was just about to say same thing for Angel Reese when I had a chance to cover their games. But I think Caitlin represented, and again, some of this to me probably is not fair to her because
Reese had been outspoken about proving herself in the league, and this was her moment. She went after every rebound, played aggressive defense, and made it clear she wasn't going to let Clark take all the spotlight without a fight. But Clark? She wasn't bothered by the chatter. She wasn't here for the drama, she was here to dominate.
My question is for Caitlin. You played Angel Reese in an AAU championship game ways back. I think you were on the Iowa Attack and she was on Team Takeover. I'm just wondering if you remember anything about that matchup and what maybe stood out about her back then that might still reign true today.
Oh gosh, that feels like forever ago, but the thing like that really stands out is the offensive rebounds. Like she did the exact same thing that she did to us when we were in college too. Like she was just such a great offensive rebounder. Her entire team was. That's what Team Takeover, I believe. They were really good.
Then came the moment, the play that ended all debates, silenced every argument, and shut down any question of her greatness. Clark pulled up from a distance so far out, the defense barely had time to react.
There's been a ton made, right? You, Caitlin Clark, you're going to be teammates for the first time during the All-Star Game next Saturday. What's that going to be like for you both to be sharing a team after you all have helped to grow this sport so much?
It's going to be really cool. I mean, I know so many fans are going to come out to watch both of us, but I know a lot of people are just going to be able to come to Phoenix. I'm sure it's already sold out. So being able to be in that environment, we're going to be playing together for a while. So this is not going to be the first time. I know All-Stars again. I know hopefully 2028 will be Olympians together too. So being able to enjoy this, I'm going to Paris too to go watch the Olympics. So I'm excited for that.
The ball was still in the air when Clark was already turning to head back on defense. No hesitation, no doubt, just pure confidence. When the shot swished through the net, the crowd went wild.
Yeah, it's obviously definitely sad anytime you see anybody go down with an injury, especially people that you came into this league with, whether it was Cam, whether it was Angel, and especially Angel. Like, you want to see her finish out this year. Obviously, she's had a historic year and she's done some incredible things. And
everyone could only watch in awe. It was a harsh, undeniable reminder that at this level, talk doesn't win games, skill does. And Caitlin Clark? She has more skill than anyone else in the league.
So I know you're never asked questions about Caitlin, and she's never asked questions about you, but how about the experience of being teammates and actually getting to be on the floor together? Because you did have quite a few minutes of run there together in this second quarter.
yeah, it's so cool. I know when she gets the ball, I'm running to look for the ball because I know she's going to throw it. So she's been great to play with. I mean, the future, we're going to be playing with each other a lot. Hopefully in 4 years, we can be Olympians together. So,
Angel, it's been a terrific
Storylines can be created, and narratives can be pushed, but numbers don't lie. And the stats from Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese's showdown in the 2023 NCAA Women's National Championship told a story no one could ignore.
obviously people don't understand, like, they think it's personal, but when I get between the lines, if friends or anything, if my teammate right here went to play for another team, I'm going to be competitive, I'm going to talk trash to her just because I'm super competitive and that's what we do. But off the court, we're going to kick in and have fun. So I think that's a part of the game, and just trying to normalize, like, trash talking is okay, but not taking it personal off the court. And obviously that has become a thing, and people are just trying to make it seem like it's something. But I love Caitlin, I love her game, and I admire everything that she's done. It's fun. I have somebody to go back and forth but a lot of times some players don't even say anything back, so it's no fun. But I know me and Kayla will go at it.
This wasn't just a game, it was the asterisk event, the most watched women's basketball game in history, and for good reason.
College for seniors. What is that like? What is it going to be like sharing the court with her and being a teammate?
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I think obviously as two rookies, like getting to share this experience for the first time, like super rare to be here as a rookie, and then to have two of us here, I think it's just really great overall. I think obviously the fans are gonna be very excited about it, but I'm excited to share the court honestly with everybody. Like meeting new people, this is my first experience here. Obviously know these two, but everybody else, like just getting to know them over the course of the weekend and enjoying the experience.
From the opening tip, Clark was in attack mode. She came out firing, launching deep threes that seemed impossible. LSU's defenders were scrambling, unsure whether to pick her up at half court or risk letting her fire away uncontested. Every time they hesitated, splash the ball ripped through the net, and Clark didn't even flinch. She was completely locked in, unfazed by the pressure of the biggest game of her career.
She said, if I had transferred earlier in my career, I wouldn't be having the time of my life right now. Holy smokes!
Clark didn't just score, she orchestrated the offense. She was dishing out pinpoint passes, slicing through the defense with precision, showing everyone she wasn't just a shooter, but a playmaker. Since the Marina Mabrey trade, she had elevated her game. Caitlin Clark for 3, her first deep shot of the game, but the game itself was only part of the story. What came after made it unforgettable. Angel Reese became iconic, her "you can't see me" taunt, the finger pointed at her ring finger, and the social media firestorm that followed.
All that tonight.
Here is Clark. She will launch and bury a 3.
Was it disrespectful? Was it fair game? The debates raged on for weeks. People took sides, emotions ran high, and the rivalry was officially cemented as one of the biggest in sports. But here's the truth, no matter which side you were on, one thing remained clear: Caitlin Clark had transcended the sport. She wasn't just a player anymore, she was a phenomenon.
Since the Marina Mabrey trade, and she has stepped up her game in that opportunity. Caitlin Clark for 3, rattles it around for her first deep shot.
Some performances go down in history, they're not just talked about the next day, they become legendary. That's exactly what happened on September 10, 2024, when Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever faced the Dallas Wings. What should have been a routine game turned into something unforgettable. Early on, it was clear Clark had that look in her eye, the look every great scorer gets when they know they're about to go off. On the first possession, she dribbled up the court, saw the defense sag just a little, and pulled up from way beyond the arc. The ball arced high, the crowd held its breath, and when it swished through, you could see the panic set in on Dallas players. They had made a crucial mistake, they had just let her heat up.
And to take a breather, but Caitlin Clark in the Indiana Games has really taken upon her shoulders to be more aggressive.
And once Caitlin Clark gets going, good luck stopping her. By halftime, she was already on pace for a career night. Every time Dallas made an adjustment, she had an answer. They sent double teams? She broke them with precise passes. They tried pressing her full court? She weaved through defenders like they were standing still. They tried forcing her to the rim? She finished with crafty layups and floaters. It didn't matter what they threw at her, Clark was unstoppable.
Flying, high-scoring affairs between these two teams. The team that has won in the matchup this year has scored into triple digits every time. Indiana's won 1.
By the final buzzer, Clark had scored a career-high 35 points, officially passing Simone Augustus for the most points by a rookie in WNBA history. Let that sink in, Simone Augustus, a WNBA legend.
There's Sebgi Uzun lobbing it in. McCowan just bullies her way inside for a pair all year. Clark catch and shoot and knocks down her second 3.
Caitlin Clark, still in her rookie season, casually surpassed a WNBA legend. There was no doubt left, Clark wasn't just special, she was rewriting the history books right before our eyes. And the most exciting part? She's only getting started.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is, women's basketball is in a really great place. It's not just me and Angel, and I know she would say the exact same thing. There's so many stars in our game, so many young stars, so much young talent, and I think what we're both able to do for our respective programs has been really special, and the way we've elevated women's basketball has been really cool, and I've watched a lot of LSU games this year, and the way their fans support them has been cool, and, Kim Mulkey has done a great job with that program, brings a national title in one of her first few years, so I think more than anything, it's just been great for women's basketball.
Scoring is impressive, but Caitlin Clark isn't just a scorer, she's an orchestrator. Her ability to anticipate the game before it happens, thread impossible passes through defenses, and elevate her teammates sets her apart from even the best shooters in the league. On July 17, 2024, she delivered a passing masterclass, one that didn't just make history but completely redefined what it means to be a playmaker in the WNBA.
Gonna end it as Akumbawale hits the three.
We're going to review it to see if she was behind the 3-point line.
Inbound Sabali, did she get it off in time?